All right, what's your name?
Mohammed Sherry.
And why did you come to this protest today?
I came here because, first and foremost, I'm a human being. And that's sufficient enough to make a stance of solidarity with our brothers and sisters in Palestine who are undergoing severe, punishing conditions that no human being should experience. And we, as people in this day and age, with all the technology that we have, who are witnessing this, cannot stand idly by and allow this to happen. 75 years is long enough. Sometimes people talk about the situation as if it's a tragic situation, that there's no blame, that it's too complicated, that we can't quite understand it, we can't quite decipher it. It's talked about as if it can't be solved, when it's very obvious that it can be solved. As an Arab American, as a Muslim here in the United States, I have many, many Jewish friends. And we're not pointing, we're not staring at muzzles of rifles, we're not firing bombs and cannons at each other. If we can do it over here, then we can most surely absolutely do it over there. I know that it's possible. We're here because, unfortunately, our government and the media are portraying it as if through the enemy images, they're making it seem like it's impossible to solve, that it's too complicated. And in fact, most people say that we can't do nothing, that we have no choice. I saw an ad for the Israeli Air Force on my Facebook, and they said, we have no choice. We always have a choice. The world needs to know. Unfortunately, one side in this conflict, their voice is being suppressed. And the image projected about them is one of barbarity, savagery, so that they can perpetuate this image that it's impossible for us to come to a settlement. It's impossible for us to have peace. A lot of people are falling for this. You'll hear them say things like, this has been going on for decades. Some people say millennia. Online, in one comment, I saw someone say, it's been going on for centuries, and it hasn't. It hasn't. This is all part of the propaganda. And we're here. We had Jewish Voice for Peace was here. We had people from all over this community together in solidarity to say enough is enough. Stop the lies. We want peace, and peace is going to be achieved through justice. We have hope that this is going to happen. We hope in our lifetime. And if not, the future generations, when they see and witness the injustice, they will carry on the struggle after us.
What do you think about the fact that Biden made this visit to Israel?
It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking that our leader would take sides in this alleged conflict. And it's been a colonial project for a long, long time. The violence, when you say a cycle of conflict, it makes it seem like there are pauses at some point. There are no pauses. It's just been a continual, gradual, incessant denial of human rights. So Biden, who the world looks to, needs to be a fair arbitrator in this matter. And he's definitely shown that he has, he took a side. And we can't solve this conflict if we're not going to be able and willing to have the capacity and the space to bring both people to the table. He's shown a weakness in his leadership in this matter. When he sees a crisis going on, he should be bringing bread, sugar, and food to the people.
They're supplying Israel with money and weapons
Yes.
to continue this,
He's bringing bombs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And, this is not what we need right now.
What do you think of the hospital that
The
was bombed? They're trying to blame.
It's tragic. As a person from the Middle East, a person who is from Lebanon, which was occupied by the Israeli army for many years, we remember, we know that the army often lies. And there's a famous quote out there that says, "The first casualty in war is truth." And we're all seeing it now. Because we have these digital communication tools, it's harder for people to murder in the dark, And by doing things like this, we shine the light. We're just going to keep shining and shining and shining until the people with these wicked thoughts and wicked intentions are going to be caught in the open, red-handed. And once they feel that they can't get away with what they're doing, perhaps there's a chance for us to have peace. I once spoke to 3 Israeli soldiers that had visited me in my college class, and they visited my class, and they were talking about hostages that they had that were taken from them. And I thought to myself, well, we too have thousands of hostages and captives as well. And in the course of our debate, we agreed that, one of them said, "Why can't we be neighbors?" And he said, why can't you guys in Lebanon, for instance, be neighbors like Jordan and Egypt? I said, well, why can't we just be neighbors, like real neighbors? Can we walk on the same road, breathe the same air, break the same bread, right? That's what it means to be a neighbor. If you need help, I can help you, right? A neighbor, I can't be a neighbor when you have me in a prison. I can't be a neighbor when there's a wall and barbed wire. And they agreed, right? Because when you connect like that on a human level, everybody agrees. We're not monsters. They're not monsters. We're not monsters. We can agree. But an older man came, and he was afraid that one group would lose its hegemony. He was afraid. He was filled with fear. What do you have to fear? As a human race, we have the capacity to do good and the capacity to do terrible things, right? And we abolished slavery, chattel slavery, and in most part of the earth, there's still some parts that haven't really abolished it yet. And overall, we're moving towards a better future. We need to address these fears. We need to sit on the table, stop killing each other, and I'm 100% sure. I have faith and hope in humanity. Sometimes we feel a little hopeless, but we know from our experience as a human race that we've overcome so many hurdles already. And this is one hurdle that I believe we can overcome.